Well, see, you can just think of this as self-leveling material, but it's the roofing material, and it's actually not 100% self-leveling, is it? But I'm not going to let that stop me. Just going to get it out of this pan while I can. My semi self-leveling material, right? The roofing material. Wow, isn't that a cat's meow, so to speak? Okay, this one I know I need to put more than the last step, right? I'm going to build it out just a little more than before. I want you to see this, so I'm going to move this over like that. Whoa. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about that? Okay. Whew. The last thing I want is to run out of this at the end, but I don't really think I'm going to. And if I do, what would I do? Go back to the store and get some more. That's what I'd do. See, I'm looking at this. I got about 2.5 more gallons. I know this bottom step is really bad, and I don't know how much of that I can put on at any one go, you know, but these stairs are going actually not too bad. Okay, here, we'll just leave you right there. And see, it's after I poured it, it's almost found at least a level already. That's up higher than it was. I'm not even gonna do anything to the front just yet until I decide what to do. Okay. Eyeballing that, and I think I need to put this a little more in that corner. I think it's just a hair low still, right back in there. It's plenty high. So see, now I've got to go down a little, but not all the way, because I'm not out at the front of the stair yet, right? See how it's low right in there still? And I might take my 10-inch knife to this stair. What do you think? My 10-inch broad knife. Let's just get this a little more over. Oh. And see what to do here. Because see at the front, I know the front has to be down to nothing, right? I know that. trying to get it the best I can. I'm going to take my my wider knife to it. See if I need to pour a little bit more anywhere. So I got to remember I can't just drag it. Okay. Hey, you're learning as I'm learning. Here's my broad knife, see? Now maybe I can do almost the whole thing. I want to look down there, and if you have a slight bend, in your broad knife, use that bend towards where you're gonna, or you can depress these ends. I like to depress the end slightly, just barely up, so I'm doing drywall. You don't get the tips into your mud, you know. Okay. Well, I'm going to use this just like mud. Let's see what I can do. See, I'm barely holding it. Look at that. I was just barely holding it like that, almost, like I say, to where it was almost falling out of my hands. And I'm putting pressure to the left, trying to keep the top edge floating right up next to the stair riser. Now, you see I got it so low, I hit that. I got it all over myself. Dabbity-nabbit. I got, I think I brought my rag. Yeah, I did. I tried to be ready as best I could. Anyways, like I said, I wasn't even planning on using this thing. Now I'm going to go to nothing and lift it up just a bit over here. Okay. I got it all in my step. Now see, I can transfer that and go with my 6. And then I'll just take my paintbrush back on that when I get done with that step. I wonder if I should use that 6 that broad knife for this other step here. I think if I go from one end to the other, it might not be dry all the way or skinned up too much to where I can do it. Okay, I'm going to try it and see. See? Dabbity-nabbit. I took too much off. See, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't know. I can't mess with it anymore. That step. It's too late. You know, it's just too late to really mess with it any more than what I've done. I'm just trying to get some of those high marks back out of there. See, I was actually dragging too much material off, and I'll be able to fix it when this dries. Just leave it alone. Great. I had to try it. Had to try it, didn't I? Didn't I? Blend in that front edge here. I can see where there's a high bit there and a low bit. Okay. There. Now take my paintbrush along there. And I'm gonna paint that with my paintbrush. Blend that front end again. See, I've got just a hair. I could just wipe that off. I got just a hair too much on that front edge, so I'm gonna have to lift this up and taper it back into the step a little. See, like that. So I don't have too much built up towards that front edge. See? There. Liking that. I can go for that. I can go for that. Okay. Now, after a while, before I do the next step, I could clean these off a little better, because what's happening is, as this is drying, if I don't have all that off, as it's drying, it's getting sticky and tacky, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this off in my water. In my bucket over here. Just so you can, I'm giving you the full Monty, whether or not you like it or not, I guess. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I got water in that bucket. Got my sponges here. My sponge. See, just those ridges on there will catch as I'm trying to smooth out the next bit. And I'm like a third, almost halfway done with these stairs anyways. Okay. So I don't have to do it very many times, do I? Got my little kitchen sponge. I tell Mommy, I tell her, I says, hey, when you're done with the kitchen sponges, don't just throw them away, save them for me. And I'll use them. They're scouring pad on one side, sponge on the other. And see, I went all the way, so cleaning it off and stuff, I might as well get it up higher. Can you see where this could help you keep it smooth on that top without it dragging? And as a matter of fact, if I took this wet one just like this and went over some of those top stairs, the material probably wouldn't drag as much on there, even if it's not 100% dry. Does that make sense? Because it's not catching this. And if I have a wet blade, it should just kind of skim over the top. I just might try that. Let's see if my theories works. And I think it will, actually. Shall we try it? Let's see. Get this off of here. Without being wet like that. I think it's going to come off. Try that next. Well, can you believe that? I just closed that, and you saw I've got about that much left from there down. That's probably a gallon left. And when I started floating out these stairs just now, remember it was up about there. So now it's down about there. 2.5 gallons, probably about 2.5 gallons I poured on top of these stairs. Can you believe that? It's kind of hard to imagine that's how much slope these were going backwards. And for the stairs, that's actually quite a bit of material on there. And I've got about another gallon to go to finish those. And so yes, I'm gonna take another trip down to the store. If they have another 5 like this, I'm gonna get it, because even after I get done skimming these out, if I want to beef up the riser piece with the paint brush, or once I skim these out tomorrow or the next day, if I want to touch them up, I still got material for that. If I want to put a third coat on the edge of the step and the riser, and maybe not do any more on that, I'll have enough for that. And especially for the fact that if they still have a little bit more of this that they were discontinuing for $42 for a 5-gallon container, even if I needed just a gallon, of course I'll get the 5. And I'll have that for many years to patch these each year if I have to, or what have you. Okay, or hey, if somebody needs some on a flat roof, and if it's white, maybe I can use this for that. You see what I mean? All right, enough of that. Time to clean up and go to lunch.